Welcome to Zone 6 Picks, your go-to source for daily sports betting predictions, expert insights, and free picks across the biggest games in the NBA, WNBA, NFL, MLB, NCAA, and more. We specialize in delivering accurate, research-backed betting content with no subscriptions, no hidden fees, just straightforward betting advice you can trust. Before we get started, a quick shout-out from my partner Zone 6.
What's up, family? Thanks for tapping in with Zone 6 Picks, where we drop game picks every single day. Straight free picks, no pay for play. If you like winning, this is the zone you need to be in, Zone 6. Just show the channel some love, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't never miss a money play. Let's eat.
Welcome back to the Zone, Zone 6 that is. Today we got 5 WNBA matchups, and I'm ready to cash them all out. Let's cook. The Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty square off on Tuesday, August 19th in Brooklyn. And this matchup has all the ingredients of a heavyweight battle at the top of the WNBA standings. The Lynx enter this game on fire, owning a 28-5 record and 9 wins in their last 10 outings. They've been reliable for bettors with a 20-13 and 1 mark against the spread and have proven strong on the road, covering in 9 of 14 away games. The Liberty, on the other hand, sit at 21-13 but have cooled off recently, winning only 4 of their last 10. Their struggles have shown in the betting markets too, with just an 11-19-2 ATS record, including a winless 0-5-1 ATS as an underdog. Injuries could define this game. Minnesota will be missing Nafisa Collier, but they've already shown they can beat New York without her. For the Liberty, the absences are far more damaging. Isabel Harrison, Nyara Sabally, and most importantly, Breena Stewart are all out. Losing Stewart alone changes the entire dynamic of their offense and rebounding presence. On paper, Minnesota's balance is superior. They rank first in the league in defense, holding opponents to just over 75 points per game, and still manage to put up 86 points on the other end. The Liberty can score at a slightly higher clip, but their defense ranks in the bottom half of the league, giving up over 81 points per contest. The point differential tells the story. Minnesota sits at +10 per game compared to New York's +4. Head-to-head this season, Minnesota has dominated. The Lynx have won all 3 meetings, including 2 convincing wins earlier this month. That recent history, combined with the Liberty's injury woes, tilts the edge clearly toward Minnesota. Even with New York holding home court at Barclays, the Lynx's consistency and road performance make them the stronger play. My projection has Minnesota winning this game 86-81. Extending their control over the Liberty, and once again proving why they've been the league's most complete team this season. The Washington Mystics will host the Connecticut Sun on Tuesday, August 19th, in a matchup that highlights 2 teams trending in very different directions. The Mystics come in as the home favorite, with the spread sitting at -5.5, and based on recent form and numbers, they look well positioned to cover. Washington has found momentum at the right time, winning 3 of their last 4 games, including an impressive 95-86 victory over the Sparks in their most recent outing. That game showcased their offensive efficiency, as they shot nearly 60% from the field, at 16-18 overall with an 18-16 ATS record. The Mystics are not only winning, but also proving to be a reliable betting option. Connecticut, however, is buried in struggles. At just 6-27 on the year, they've dropped 6 of their last 7 contests, including a brutal 99-93 overtime loss to the Indiana Fever, where they squandered a 21-point lead. Their road woes are glaring, holding a 1-15 record away from home with 13 straight losses, even though they've managed an 18-15 ATS mark overall. Their inability to close out games and defend consistently has kept them at the bottom of the standings. Player availability adds more weight to Washington's side. The Mystics will be without Georgia Amor and could miss J.C. Sheldon, but rookies Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen have stepped up in a major way. Citron dropped 24 points against the Sparks, while Iriafen added a double-double. For the Sun, Marina Mabrey and Tina Charles continue to produce individually, but their efforts haven't translated into wins or defensive stability. The numbers paint a clear picture. Washington averages 79.5 points per game, while holding opponents to just over 81, ranking in the league's top half defensively and excelling on the glass. Connecticut, by contrast, owns the league's worst shooting percentage, sits last in scoring at 75.3 points per game, and allows nearly 87 points a night. That gap in efficiency has been obvious in head-to-head play, where Washington has dominated the series, winning both prior meetings this season by margins of 5 and 37 points. With both teams on short rest after playing on August 17th, Washington's home advantage becomes even more valuable. Given their upward trend, superior efficiency, and Connecticut's road collapse, the Mystics are the clear side to back. My projection has Washington pulling away for a 90-80 victory, comfortably covering the -5.5 spread and extending Connecticut's long road losing streak. Let's head to Chi-Town, where the food is bussin' and the vibe is low-key on point. We got the Seattle Storm taking on the Chicago Sky. Chicago enters as a heavy home underdog at plus 11.5. Both teams have been struggling, but the gap between them is significant, making this a game that sets up well for Seattle to control from start to finish. Seattle comes into this contest with a 17-18 overall record and 15-19 against the spread. They've dropped 8 of their last 10 games, but it's worth noting that 7 of their last 8 have been decided by just 4 points or fewer. Their latest outing was an 85-82 loss to Phoenix, continuing the trend of close but competitive results. Importantly, they've been strong on the road with a 10-6 ATS record away from home. Chicago, meanwhile, has been in freefall at 8-25 overall and just 13-20 ATS. They've lost 4 in a row and 9 of their last 10. Their last outing was a blowout 90-59 defeat to the Golden State Valkyries, highlighting just how vulnerable they've become without their key players. The Sky are 5-12 ATS at home this season, consistently failing to cover even when getting generous lines. Injuries have played a major role. Seattle will be without Katie Lou Samuelson, but Chicago is missing 2 critical pieces, Angel Reese and Courtney Vandersloot. Reese's absence has been particularly damaging, as the Sky's net rating has fallen to a league-worst -17.8 since she went down. Without her, Chicago has been overmatched both offensively and defensively. Statistically, the mismatch is clear. Seattle averages 81.7 points per game, while holding opponents to just over 80, ranking 5th in defensive efficiency. Chicago, on the other hand, sits near the bottom of the league in both categories, scoring only 74.9 per game, while allowing more than 86. Their defensive lapses and offensive inefficiency leave them with little room to compete against a team with Seattle's balance. The head-to-head this season further supports Seattle. On July 24th, the Storm dismantled the Sky 95-57 as 11.5-point favorites, easily covering in a game where Angel Reese was also sidelined. With the circumstances nearly identical here, the precedent is strong. Even with the Sky at home, their poor record in Chicago combined with Seattle's ability to travel well makes the Storm the clear play. I project Seattle to pull away late and win by a comfortable margin, 85-70, covering the -11.5 spread and further extending Chicago's downward spiral. Next match, the Phoenix Mercury travel to San Francisco to take on the Golden State Valkyries in a matchup with important playoff implications. The spread sits at -6.5 in favor of the home team. But when you break down the numbers, Phoenix has a clear edge despite Golden State's strong performance in their first season. The Mercury enter this contest at 20-13 overall and 17-15 against the spread. They recently snapped a short skid with an 85-82 victory over the Seattle Storm and have now won 4 of their last 6. While they've been inconsistent at times, Phoenix is pushing hard for playoff positioning and has the roster depth to take advantage of a weakened Valkyries squad. Golden State, in their inaugural season, has been one of the surprises of the league with an 18-16 record and an impressive 21-12 ATS mark. They had won 7 of 10 before dropping their last outing, a 79-63 home loss to the Atlanta Dream. Their defense has been their calling card, ranking 2nd in the league by holding opponents under 80 points per game and limiting teams to just 40.5% shooting. Offensively, though, they remain one of the league's least efficient groups, and the loss of leading scorer Kayla Thornton for the season is a major blow. Phoenix, by contrast, boasts balance. They score 83 points per game, while ranking 3rd in the league defensively, holding opponents under 80. Alyssa Thomas continues to be a difference maker, averaging nearly a triple-double, and Sadhu Sabli has carried the scoring load with over 17 per game. Together, they give the Mercury a versatility and toughness that few teams can match. Head-to-head, Phoenix has already defeated Golden State twice this season, including a 1-point nail-biter in San Francisco and a 9-point win at home. Even in the close meeting, the Mercury found ways to execute late, something the Valkyries have struggled with against higher-level competition. With both teams coming in on short rest, the situational factors tilt slightly toward Golden State at home, but their offensive limitations, combined with the absence of Thornton, make it difficult to see them keeping up with Phoenix across 4 quarters. My projection has the Mercury pulling away late for an 84-76 victory, covering the -6.5 spread and keeping their push for playoff seeding alive while handing the Valkyries another tough lesson in their first season. Last up, the Las Vegas Aces host the home squad, the Atlanta Dream, in what promises to be one of the most exciting games on the WNBA slate. The betting spread sits at -1.5 in favor of the Aces, and with both teams entering in strong form, this game has all the makings of a battle that comes down to execution in the final minutes. The Aces enter red hot, riding a 7-game winning streak and most recently blasting the Dallas Wings 106-87. They've been thriving offensively, averaging over 88 points in their last 5 contests, while shooting more than 44% from 3. A'ja Wilson continues to dominate on both ends, leading the league in rebounds and sitting second in scoring, with 3 30-point outings in her last 4 games. This surge has coincided with a lineup adjustment that has brought balance to their rotation, helping them find their best rhythm of the season. Atlanta, at 22-12 overall and 21-13 against the spread, is also in excellent form, winning 6 of their last 7. Their most recent victory came on the road against the Golden State Valkyries, where their defense held firm in a 79-63 win. Defense has been their calling card all season, ranking 3rd in the league in points allowed, and they've been even stingier on the road. Still, their offense has cooled in recent outings, failing to score more than 79 in back-to-back games. In terms of matchups, the Aces have had Atlanta's number. They've won 4 of the last 5 head-to-head meetings, including 2 victories this season in Las Vegas by comfortable margins. The Dream's last road loss also came at the hands of the Aces, underscoring the difficulty they've had breaking through against this opponent. Situationally, both teams are coming off short rest, but the Aces have the edge at home, where their offense consistently runs hotter, while Atlanta's defense and strong ATS record on the road can't be overlooked. Las Vegas's balanced scoring firepower and Wilson's MVP-level impact give them the advantage. My projection is the Aces pulling out an 85-78 victory, covering the -1.5 spread and extending their winning streak to 8 games, while handing Atlanta another tough road loss in Las Vegas. Sorry, home team, based on the numbers and our goal of getting to the bag. We gotta fade ya. It's still ATL forever, though. Let's run it back Zone 6 style. Minnesota Lynx versus New York Liberty. The Lynx's defense and recent head-to-head dominance make them the stronger side. Pick Lynx to win and cover. Connecticut Sun versus Washington Mystics. Washington's recent form and home edge are too much for Connecticut's road struggles. Pick Mystics -6.5. Seattle Storm versus Chicago Sky. Chicago can't compete without Angel Reese, and Seattle already blew them out once. Pick Storm -11.5. Atlanta Dream versus Las Vegas Aces. A'ja Wilson and the Aces' hot streak give them the edge over Atlanta. Pick Aces -1.5. Phoenix Mercury versus Golden State Valkyries. Phoenix has won both meetings and Golden State's offense is too limited without Thornton. Pick Mercury -5.5. That wraps up today's slate. Zone 6 picks will keep breaking down the matchups and delivering the best betting edges every day. Make sure to subscribe, drop a like, and check back for tomorrow's picks. NFL, WNBA, MLB, whatever the sport, we've got you covered. See you next time.